Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Thursday, September the 12th, and we are here to look at new releases that are being published this week. And we look at them genre by genre, a day at a time. On Mondays, we look at cozy mysteries. On Tuesdays, we look at mysteries and thrillers. On Wednesdays, we look at romance. On Thursdays, like today, we look at fantasy and science fiction. Friday is Freeform Friday. We look at the leftovers or other things that are interesting that didn't necessarily fall into those categories, or things I just want to look at because that is Freeform Friday. Quick announcements. I do have sprints tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. They will go for 2.5 hours. I do 3 times a week sprints every Tuesday and Thursday evening and Saturday afternoons. Hope you guys had a good night. Good morning, Mary. Happy Thursday. Looks like another beautiful day on tap. Oh, that's good. I think it's going to rain all day here, but that is also good. It'll help the fires. It's been smoky. Hoping to get a few showers, not today though, from Francine. We need the rain. Yeah. The nice part of hurricanes, not the nasty part of hurricanes. Fun graphic for this month. Oh, thank you. The Spy versus Spy, it certainly stands out, doesn't it? Woo, yellow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, we're here to look at fantasy and science fiction. First up, a new series, I think, from Jodie Taylor, who does the Chronicles of St. Mary's and the Time Police. I think this is another spin-off from there. I did purchase it because it sounded good. Purchased it on Kindle. This is called The Ballad of Small Hope and Penny Royal. I don't know if this is a new series or a standalone, to be honest. Meet Lady Amelia Smallhope, for whom there is no problem that can't be solved by a drink and a think, and Penny Royal, for whom there is no problem, ever. Everyone's favorite bounty hunters, recovery agents. No bad guy they can't handle, no expense account too flexible, no adventure too outrageous. Join them as they settle scores, break every rule in the book, and take the world by storm. Fasten your seatbelts. The timeline doesn't know what's hit it. If you've not read any of the Chronicles of St. Mary's, it is British humor. It is clever and highly recommend it. So this seems to be another spin-off. Chloe Gong has a new one. Or a next one. Next one. Second in a series, Vilest Things. Second in the Flesh and False Gods. I do like that cover. Kala Tuolemi has succeeded in the impossible. Despite the odds, she has won San Air's bloody games and eliminated King Kasa, her tyrant uncle and the former ruler of Talon. She now serves as royal advisor to Kasa's adopted son, August Shinji, who has risen to the throne. Only Kala knows it isn't really August. Anton Makusa is still furious about Kala's betrayal in the final round of the games. In an impossible feat, all kinds of spoilers here. In an impossible feat, he took over August's body to survive and has no intention of giving up this newfound power. But when his first love, the beautiful, explosive Ada Avia, awakens from a years-long coma and reveals a secret that threatens the monarchy's authority over Talon, chaos erupts. As tensions come to a boiling point, Kala and Anton must set their conflicts aside and head to the kingdom's far reaches to prevent anarchy, even if their empire might be better off burning. Says you. We get some interesting weather today, Montana. Keep a weather eye out, please, and stay safe. I will. If I could, I'd stay home. You could talk to my boss. Under Her Spell by K.L. Sarah. A woman who returns to her hometown to investigate her childhood friend's disappearance soon finds herself embroiled in a deadly web of half-truths, cover-ups, and dark magic. On the surface, Liv Edwards has a near perfect life, a handsome new fiance, an apartment in Boston, and plans to launch a career in law. No one would suspect how hard she's worked to conceal the strange darkness that often bubbles up inside her. But Liv's polished facade threatens to crack with the arrival of a letter from her childhood best friend, Sam. A chilling message is folded into the shape of a heart, like the notes they passed in high school. I need help. Liv is still haunted by what she did to destroy her friendship with Sam. High school was hard enough without having to start over in a new town, but with Sam, Liv grew into herself like never before. Now Liv resolves to do right by Sam, except when she returns to her small New England hometown, she is too late. Sam has disappeared, and clues suggest foul play. To add to the mystery, Sam has transformed over the years, living with the odd girls from high school, Eden and Cora, and working at their esteemed bridal boutique. Liv reconnects with them in search of answers. With couture gowns, exquisite cakes, and a glittering display room, these women make fairy tales come to life. And Liv, too, can be part of it all. But as Eden and Cora teach her to harness the qualities that have always made her feel different, Liv discovers that a much darker reality may be lurking beneath the satin and pearls and within herself. Doesn't sound very fantasy, but I guess maybe there's magic involved. I have confusions. Hope we will move on. The Witch of Colchis by Rosie Hewlett. A disgraced daughter, a fearsome witch, a woman more myth than mortal, Medea, Princess of Colchis, longs for a different life. Since childhood, she has been shunned from her family, tormented by her people, and treated with shame, all because of a unique and dangerous talent, witchcraft. But when a dashing young hero, Jason, arrives to claim the famed Golden Fleece, Medea sees her opportunity for escape. Her offer to help Jason sets in motion a journey that will test every ounce of strength, magic, and loyalty she has. A journey that will see her battle monsters, dethrone kings, and confront a love more brutal than any before. A journey that will ultimately end in betrayal, bloodshed, and a dark power impossible to forget. I really like that Greek myths are being a trend, and it has been for a few years now. I love that. The Scarlet Throne by Amy Liao. First in False Goddess trilogy. Binsa is a living goddess chosen by the gods to dispense both mercy and punishment from her place on the Scarlet Throne. But her reign hides a deadly secret. Rather than channeling the wisdom of an immortal deity, she harbors a demon. Though one cannot remain a living goddess forever, when her temple's priests decide that Binsa's time and power has come to an end, a new girl, Meta, is selected to take over her position as goddess. But Binsa refuses to be discarded into a life of uncertainty as a young woman and strikes a deal with her demon. She will sacrifice her people's lives in order to magnify his power, and in return, he will help her seize control from the priests once and for all. That sounds like not a bad thing. But how much of her humanity is she willing to trade for the sake of ambition? Deals with demons are rarely so simple. I have issues with her plan. Hello, we're the people. The Devil by Name by Keith Rawson. They seem to be doing a lot of retelling of the Greek myths these days. Indeed. Second in Fever House Duology. So this is second and final. 5 years after the event that drove most of the global population to madness, the world is overrun with the fevered, once human, zombie-like creatures. I told you, zombie apocalypse is coming. Drawn indiscriminately to violence and murder. In a campaign to restabilize the country, the massive corporation known as Teradyne Industries has merged with the U.S. government in a partnership of dubious motives, quarantining major American cities behind towering walls. They don't believe in walls. And corralling the afflicted there with the hope, they say, of developing a vaccine. This is fantasy because they would be no way be discriminating. These poor zombie people deserve love too. In Portland, where it all began, because it would, guilt-ridden detective John Bonner scours the city's darkest corners for clues to humanity's redemption. In New England, Catherine Moriarty mourns the devastating losses of her husband and son while in hiding from Teradyne. And across the ocean in France, a 16-year-old girl named Naomi Laurent discovers she has a disturbing and powerful gift, which may just be the key to the world's salvation. Equal parts gruesome and beautiful, this book is a heart-stopping blah blah blah. Everything starts and ends in the fever house is the last line. That is too much like reality. TJ Klune has a new one, Somewhere Beyond the Sea. This is second in the Cerulean Chronicles. People will be very happy. This is the sequel to The House in the Cerulean Sea. A magical house, a secret past, a summons that could change everything. Arthur Parnassus lives a good life built on the ashes of a bad one. He's the headmaster of a strange orphanage on a distant and peculiar island, and he hopes to soon be the adoptive father to the 6 magical and so-called dangerous children who live there. Arthur works hard and loves with his whole heart, so none of the children ever feel the neglect and pain that he once felt as an orphan on that very same island so long ago. And he is not alone. Joining him is the love of his life, Linus Baker, a former caseworker in the Department of Charge of Magical Youth, Zoe Chapelwhite, the island sprite, and her girlfriend, Mayor Helen Webb. Together they will do anything to protect the children. But when Arthur is summoned to make a public statement about his dark past, he finds himself at the helm of a fight for the future that his family and all the magical people deserve. And when a new magical child hopes to join them on their island home, one who finds power in calling himself Monster, a name Arthur works so hard to protect his children from, Arthur knows they're at a breaking point. Their family will either grow stronger than ever or fall apart. Welcome to Marcius Island. This is Arthur's story. Oops. Sorry, coffee was required. Lucy Undying by Kirsten White. Whoop, sorry about that. Her name was written in the pages of someone else's story. Lucy Westenra was one of Dracula's first victims. But her death was only the beginning. Lucy rose from the grave a vampire and has spent her immortal life trying to escape from Dracula's clutches and trying to discover who she really is and what she truly wants. Her undead life takes an unexpected turn in 21st century London when she meets another woman, Iris, who is also yearning to break free from her past. Iris's family has built a health empire based on a sinister secret, and they'll do anything to stay in power. Lucy has long believed she would never love again, yet she finds herself compelled by the charming Iris, while Iris is equally mesmerized by the confident and glamorous Lucy. But their intense connection and blossoming love is threatened by outside forces. Iris's mother won't let go of her without a fight, and Lucy's past still has fangs. Dracula is on the prowl once more. Lucy has been a tragically murdered teen, a lonesome adventurer, and a fearsome hunter, but happiness has always eluded her. Can she find the strength to destroy Dracula once and for all, or will her heart once again be her undoing? If you're looking for something for Vamptember, end of row 2. Dirty Lying Wolves, an Enchanted Fates novel by Sabrina Blackberry. Book 3 in the Enchanted Fates series. Author of Dirty Lying Fairies and Dirty Lying Dragons. I sense a theme here. When Juniper stumbles upon a small group of strangers during her morning power walk, she jumps in to help an injured member of the party. However, her act of kindness backfires when she's savagely bitten by what turns out to be a very ill werewolf. The pack's acting leader, Dom, gives June a choice. She can return to the human world post-transformation, or she can join the pack. Either way, she'll never be the same again. Thanks, dude. June will have to decide if she wants to face her new reality and take her place with Dom in the pack, or risk tearing everything apart. Literally. Lucy Undying probably isn't for you. Vampires. I'm trying not to be negative, but yeah, you're right. Hi, Emily. Everyone going during my plan period. Awesome. I appreciate that. Leaving work early to. Oh, that's right. Today's dentist day. Ugh. Good luck. Marie says, "Hi, Emily. Good to see you. Oh, that doesn't sound like fun, but hope it goes well for you and you heal quickly." Indeed. Are you doing the sedation kind of thing or no? Warlords of Weirdwood, second in the Forsaken trilogy by R.J. Barker. The forester known as Kahan led the village of Harn in rebellion against the all-powerful oppressive forces of the Ray. A great victory has been won, but to avoid retaliation, he must lead the people of Harn into the Weirdwood. Kahan never wanted this responsibility, but fate has its eye on him, and without him, the people will be helpless against the terrors of the forest. Will they really? But in the ground of Krua, a dark god is growing in power using the strength of decay. It is something new, something worse than the magics of the Ray, and it has claws. It has its claws in Kahan. The people of Harn need him, and they will need new allies if they are to have any hope of surviving the depths of the Weirdwood, especially if the man they consider a hero, the forester, Kahan Dunaher, is lost to him as he believes. This is being compared to Avatar meets Dune on shrooms. Leave Dune alone. You leave Dune out of this. Last one. Again, no science fiction. Valley, the Glacian Trilogy, Book 3. 3 of 3 by Stacy McEwen. I do like that cover. All things find a way back home. At the bottom of the chasm, Dawson and her followers traipse through the darkness to find, we're just traipsing through the darkness to find their long awaited home. But there are, I'm sure they wouldn't call it traipsing, they're probably trudging and, you know, anyway. But there are whispers all around them, and safety is never guaranteed. With her powers much depleted and food supplies running low, will they even survive the journey? Above, the queen and the new king of Glacia still bay for Dawson's blood, and they will not stop in their quest to destroy her. And with the help of someone Dawson thought her friend, they creep ever closer. See, they get to creep. We're traipsing. Long buried secrets will be revealed, hearts will be broken, and a new day will dawn. Who will reign in this climactic conclusion to the epic Galatian trilogy? And the song, There's Got to Be a Day, a Morning After, popped into my brain. I don't know why. But that is what we've got for fantasy. There's some big names there, and one definitely I'm going to be trying, the Jodie Taylor. But definitely big names. No sedation, that would be even more expensive. Oh, true. As it is, I have to pay 1K up front. Take all my money, please. And then I get a crown, on the tooth in October. I like the cover of Valley. Yeah, I think that's a good cover too. What time is it? We got a little bit of time. I think we still had one left in, or a couple left in cozies. Hello, I lost my M's. There it is. Yep, 2. Hey, we get a science fiction one. This will be on point. It's a cozy, but it's in space. Enemies in Energy Sector, 5th in the Lady Elizabeth Cozies in Space series by Diana Zarissa. It was time for another planetary excursion, and I was really excited to see my very first beach planet. Coboluxus turned out to be everything I'd expected it would be and more. Sunshine, sand, sea, fancy cocktails, and expensive food. It wasn't long before I found myself getting bored with the planet, though. I was thinking about heading back to the Lady Elizabeth when someone shouted my name. Jason was the very last person in the galaxy I'd have expected to see on Coboluxus. When he said he and his wife, Tara, had taken the express shuttle to the planet just to surprise me, I was more than a little shocked. Jason had bought my ticket for the Lady Elizabeth, and we'd said our goodbyes. I hadn't expected to ever see him again, and I knew very well that Tara hated me, so it was difficult to imagine why she'd agreed to the journey. They were busy soaking up the sunshine, so we agreed to meet for dinner later. I spent the rest of the day trying to find the perfect outfit for a fancy dinner with the man I'd once thought of as my closest friend and his jealous wife. Dinner went better than I'd dare hope, but Tara cornered me in a bathroom after we'd finished and warned me to stay away from Jason. He came to my planet, biatch. Since my ship was supposed to be leaving soon, I didn't think that would be a problem. The police woke me the next morning. Tara was missing, and it looked very much as if I'd had a hand in her disappearance. Over the next few days, it became obvious to me that I was caught up in a complicated plot to frame me for Tara's murder. Unfortunately, the police didn't necessarily see it that way. Well, I knew I'd been framed. They seemed to believe that I was guilty. I'd already known that Tara hated me, but maybe I had another enemy, one who'd killed Tara and then framed me for the murder. Just looking at Jason, he followed you there. That sounds kind of fun. I might check that out. The first one. Case of the Killer Cupcake by Sadie Mae. Can I have some water? Amy asked no one in particular, suddenly clutching her chest. Mabel was about to go get some water when gasps made her turn. Amy had sunk to the floor, holding her chest. For a full minute, the crowd stared back at Mabel in dead silence. For a minute? Somebody do something. Not a word, not a breath. Even the cameras stopped flashing. The faces pressed against the glass windows of her bakery stood in shock. On the floor lay Amy's motionless and lifeless body. Around her bright red lips were crumbs of Mabel's cupcake, and in her limp hands was the half-eaten cupcake. Mabel looked up at the tons of eyes boring holes into her, accusing her of a crime she was certain she didn't commit. Why are you all staring at me? I didn't do it, she stuttered, falling back. Her voice seemed to make everyone snap out of it, and instantly all hell broke loose. Oh my God, someone call 911. She killed her. Wow, how's that for timing? That sounds kind of stupid. But hey, maybe you need to try a cupcake mystery. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say stuff like that. Well, that is all we have for today. Again, I do have sprints tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. They'll go for 2.5 hours. Bring your own book, work on a project like I will be doing. I'll be crocheting and maybe listening to an audiobook. We will see. Or you can just close your eyes after a day like Emily's going to be having. But Emily, you'd probably be snoozing, but if you want to, join in and listen to the music to take your mind off things, that would be okay too. On that note, thanks. Good luck, Emily, and hope it all goes well. Absolutely. Hope to see you later. Yes, indeed. All righty. Have a very good Thursday. Hope to see you later. And tomorrow's morning show is Freeform Friday, so we'll see what we'll be looking at. We are caught up, as far as I recall, on the stuff from earlier this week, so we've got some new stuff to look at tomorrow. I hope to be there. Oh, we'll see how long I last. Indeed. Oh, sending you good, happy vibes, healing vibes, calm vibes. And as the banner says here, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom nom nom. Have a good day and God bless.